Welcome to the Blended Views podcast. We hope you enjoy the episode.
In this short episode, we should be giving a rundown of the podcast itself and our objectives we've set for it. We should be covering the detrimental side of YouTube and its impact on children.
We hope you enjoy.
Hello and welcome to the Blended Views podcast. I am your host, Jordan, and I'm here with my co-host, Fred.
Hi.
How you doing?
Yeah, good, thank you, mate. How you doing?
Solid. This is the start of a new era. This is the start of a new day.
It is. It definitely is. It's kind of an idea that me and you have for a little while, but we kind of talked about it all the time, and it's kind of a bit up in the air whether we're actually going to go forward it or not. And now we're really doing it, and it's pretty fun so far. Me and Jordan have been doing a few things together for a long time now. We played in bands, and if you know, you know, and we did a YouTube channel.
Agreed.
Which was
that's a not if you know, you know. Let's just not go there.
Yeah.
But it's been a little bit of a work in progress. It's taken a little while to get up and running.
Sure.
However, this is a huge project that I'm personally really excited to bring to the table. I'm sure you are too.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like a lot of people that people that I know, just more and more, they're just listening to podcasts more. Yeah. Like even more so than music. I don't know, because because I know like podcasts have always been kind of a popular thing, mainly with like the older generation. I find, but like now everyone seems to be listening to podcasts, like not just like comedy sketches, but like all covering all sorts of topics.
Yeah,
which I like, because it's kind of like, it's not like when you're in a band or like when you make music or anything. It's because it's a lot of the time it's unrehearsed, so you can just kind of talk how you are, and I feel like that kind of
cuts out the bullshit.
Yeah, cuts out the bullshit, and it's like,
and the fake personas
and they're fake personas. But
if anybody has ever delved into or watched any of my YouTube, the one thing which I want to take from that and kind of make a comment on is that I got roped into this kind of feeling that I had to kind of be like put on a fake persona, and it just wasn't me, and it was just still and in the end I ended up just not kind of wanting to do it, and evidently that's why I stopped, just because I felt like there's so much shit that just gets pumped onto YouTube. I mean, a lot of the time constant.
It is really fake. You get these these kind of like larger than life wannabe like people who just like, they have this like annoying persona with these like annoying catchphrases and everything.
Mate. But it's just the worst thing.
And they're just fake. They're just fake people.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, well, not all of them, but a lot of like
the vast majority.
The bait ones,
the vast majority. I mean, there's one thing that like specifically drew me away from doing it anymore, and that was that I started realizing that when I was living back with my mum and I've got younger siblings, my siblings at the time were like 11 and 7, and I remember literally walking into the lounge, walking into them like watching stuff on the screens, and it's like this. It feeds on like the addictive personality, like traits within children. A lot of it, and it's like, and it's like this
aimed at kids. A lot of the vlogs, you know, the classic vloggers and that. Yeah, it's all aimed at like, I wouldn't say like kids, but like kids age from about 11 till about 14, 15.
It was like loads and loads, like heaps of fucking absolute bollocks, right?
Yeah, like jump cutting every 2 seconds, like.
Or like, mate, like it would be like, there's a killer clown that's been tormenting me for days, and it's like trying to feed on that kind of like that it's like a type of video creation which is like just like trying to like make them slightly addicted but scared, so that they want to know more and watch more of your content and buy all of your shit, and fundamentally that's it.
It's all like, it's marketing really, because a lot of them, they have like merch, and they know that if it's popular, like some kids will like use their mum and dad's credit card money to buy all this, these and like crew necks and hoodies that are like,
trust me,
really like not very, honestly, the designs in it's not always very nice,
wank.
And they're always like massively overpriced because they can get away with it
for sure.
Yeah,
and But the thing is kids, right? Kids have so much so much control and power over a lot of their parents. I mean, this is just speaking on a generalization, but a lot of kids, especially if you're like a first child of a family, generally can get spoiled. And so if it gets to a point where they're addicted to something, they're gonna try and buy anything.
Yeah.
And mate, it's just literally, it's that whole culture. Like, look, people are benefiting off of that, and I think that's fucking immoral as anything. Hence why I just stopped doing it. That was like, there were two reasons. The first one was that I ended up finding myself trying to kind of like imitate other people's videos, and I just felt like I had no kind of like creative,
to be fair, it's kind of
my own. And secondary, that was immoral.
It's kind of like hard to be your own person on YouTube, because what if being your own person, people aren't gonna necessarily be interested in that. But if you try and copy what other people's like personalities, and then hey, this guy's funny, he reminds me of ex YouTuber that I watch, so I'm more likely to watch it, if that makes sense. I feel like I'm phrasing that like worse than it is.
No, 100%. I agree with you. And do you know, right? So, like, kind of going off of that topic then, and going back onto the podcast thing. The reason why I feel like this is going to suit us, like evidently, and I'm like we're going 110% of this.
Yeah.
This is something which I really, really enjoy, because personally, I'm the sort of person that you'll find down a pub and I will chat to someone for 10 hours on, and I will gnaw their ear off about something stupid.
Yeah.
So it's a natural, and you are as well.
Yeah. No,
and we've been best mates for years, so it's a natural stream of and progression.
I think, I'd like to say I do a lot of the time chat a lot of shit. And I'm doing that right now, but this podcast is to kind of say that, hey, we're not just,
we're not just that.
We're not just that. No, we're not shit or lit.
No,
we're we actually want to have like proper conversations. Yeah. It's not like pub chat. It's not pub chat.
Yeah. I just want to with this. I just wanted to outline what our aims are with this. Man, I'm so excited for what we're going to be ending up doing with this. Yeah. Like, we've got a schedule planned. It will be a 3 times a week release schedule. Fridays at 6 p.m. GMT, Wednesdays 6 p.m. GMT, and then there will be a also another episode released sporadic. What's the word? Sporadically?
Yeah, kind of like every couple of weeks or so.
Yeah. Like and it essentially will have a number of topics. So this podcast, I'm feeling we want to be,
talking about a different range of things. Like, we've got a few guests come from all different kinds of backgrounds and kind of interests and that. So we want to upbringing, everything, just different people.
Yeah,
really, rather than just like branching out to like circle of mates. Like, actually get like proper guests that like like I said, not just our mates, just like people that I feel like it's better people we don't really know necessarily that well.
Yeah,
because then we've got more chance to get decent interview questions and get to know them a bit better.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing that's like quite challenging about it, but also it's a nice thing about it is you can get guests on and just delve into anything, really. Yeah. I've got a guest which, if we can organise, we'll get on that as soon as possible. Yeah. But we need to organise a date. But I've got a guest which wants to come on who lectures in astrophysics. Swear down. A guy called Mark. He's a really lovely guy. I've worked with him before, enough. And he wants to come on it. I was speaking to him yesterday. And there's a number of guests. But evidently, me and Frederick will be tackling
all sorts heavy
kinds of topics. Which I feel like everybody has different backgrounds and everyone has different perspectives and opinions on things.
Hence why it's called blended views. We want a different
exactly.
a blend of other views coming from other people, not just from us. Like, even if their opinion is like radically different to like ours, that's why we want to hear.
It.
Yeah, we're I like to think we're quite open minded on all topics and everything, but like, even if maybe we didn't, if we disagreed with something. It's good to hear that side, so we can then kind of form a stronger conclusion over things. Because I feel like a lot of people, especially this day, are quite quite like stuck to their own opinion. I mean, I'm guilty. Even I'm guilty of it sometimes.
I feel like everybody in the world, and I think you'd be lying if you didn't say you were, will have an opinion of something and be stuck on that opinion,
even if it's like tiny. Like for some reason, this.
And you get one extreme where you're kind of, you know, that opinion can be swayed, but then you also get the other side of the spectrum where there's just grade A cuntery going on. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like even it's like if it's something like important. Country. Yeah, no.
What a phrase.
Like. I think John just cut me off there a bit there, but there was like this whole thing on Twitter.
Sorry,
no, it's all right. About what people were like saying about it's something small as like ketchup. Like, how do people eat this fucking condiment? Like, grow up and like, but there's like the whole hate of this little community about how people like hate ketchup.
Do you know?
It's not even that deep. It's a fucking condiment. Like, you know what's wrong with ketchup?
You know what, right? So I was thinking like recently actually that it's like fashionable. It's fashionable to form your own.
Oh yeah, 100%.
To fucking hate, mate.
And I'm guilty.
Fashionable.
I'm guilty.
You will say something about something, and it can be just anything in the world, and there will always be a critique of it or hate it.
100%.
You know, there can be something which is, you know, just genuinely like amazing or. Sometimes it's okay, right? For instance, to like pop music that's just on the radio. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I'm guilty of this. When we used to be in bands and stuff, you know, like young and thinking we're cool. I'm now not as young and nowhere near as cool. But cool, cheers, mate. But when you're young, you form this kind of thing where you have to kind of be in with the trending music, especially if you're in the music industry.
100%. You kind of form this kind of one-dimensional mindset about
what you like, what is cool, what is great.
It's kind of a phase, really.
Mate, I used to literally hide my Spotify feed because everybody has guilty pleasures, mate, and everybody likes different things.
Yeah.
And I'll hold my hands up, and I am such a little cliche person these days. I love just whacking on the radio, mate, when I'm in the car, and I'll listen to the radio for 2-3 hours. And I will jam out to some fucking Bieber, bruv. I will jam out to Ed Sheeran, mate. I love that shit because it's easy listening, mate. But if you say that to someone, and you know everybody is entitled to their opinions, but there's certain people where you'll say it and they'll be like, "Oh, why are you listening to that?" And then we'll take like a deep view on it, as if you can't listen to that because the majority of people listen to it, and you have to be edgy with everything. Do you know how fucking difficult it is to be edgy with everything in your life?
Yeah,
you will just end up like a fucking like.
You just end up just being a miserable twat.
Miserable twat.
Yeah, literally.
Do you know what I mean?
It's just like you. I mean, again, it kind of burrows down to it. I mean, if it's your opinion, that's fine. It's how you react to other people's opinion, I guess. Just, you know, I think you kind of said it all. It can just get exhausting.
Definitely, and I feel like, you know, whatever. If you want to live that lifestyle, it's absolutely fine. But what it fundamentally comes down to is, if you want to be like that, then you are seriously going to struggle to pick out anything good, because the most of the world these days is commercialized and capitalism has ridden it. Unfortunately, that is the way the world is most of the time now. So if you are going to try and find little pompokos in everywhere of the world you go, you ain't going to find it, bro. Oh, if you don't know that, if you're not, Pompokos is a place in Brighton where we're from, and it's the fucking best place in the world. It's cheap Japanese food, and it's fucking insane. Yeah, but if you try and find something,
not sponsored by Pompokos.
No, I fucking wish, mate.
I wish, yeah.
I fucking wish. But if you were to try, and what I mean by that is, if you were to try and go and find something like that, which is as good as on a budget and kind of in a way like fashionable and trendy to go there, then holy shit, you're gonna struggle your whole life, mate, because it's okay to go and sit in a Wagamama's and enjoy their shit as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I'd say so. Though I personally would, contradicting myself, I personally would prefer a Pompokos to a Wagamamas any day.
But what I'm trying to get to with that is that it's okay.
Not hating on Waggers, by the way. Yeah. Wagamamas is perfectly fine.
I'm saying that
I just prefer Pompokos.
Anyway, no, but Pompokos is sick.
I kind of feel